Hey guys, so here with another review, and I was going to do a 1956 film. I said at the end of my Exorcist review, but instead I'm going to be reviewing 1944's classic Gaslight. Uh, so I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this movie, but for those that aren't, it's basically a mystery thriller film incorporating elements of film noir, and it's adapted from a play by Patrick Hamilton from 1938 called Gaslight. Um, and it's basically just it's about a woman played by Ingrid Bergman who goes out of her mind when her husband starts playing, let's just say, cruel jokes on her. Not really jokes at all. If you see the movie, you'll know what I mean. Um, So yeah, it's directed by George Cukor, if I'm saying his name right, and stars, like I said, Ingrid Bergman, Charles Boyer, legendary actor, Joseph Cotton, one of the best actors of all time, and Angela Lansbury, who was just starting out as an actress at the time, and who also happened to be the last living of the main characters in the movie. She just died a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Um, This George Cukor, some of you might know of him. He's one of the better actors. I mean, not actors, directors of all time. Really, uh, directed such classics as The Philadelphia Story, My Fair Lady, the 1933 version of Little Women. So he had quite a few credits to his name, and I definitely think this is one of his best films, no doubt. Uh, Let me just say, acting was superb. Charles Boyer, it was amazing. It's like he wasn't even acting. His performance is one of the best in film history in this movie. I could not imagine any other person other than him playing the role of Gregory. Um, I mean, a French actor like him, he was just perfectly suited for this role. Ingrid Bergman, her performance in this movie is reminiscent to a lot of Grace Kelly performances in a way, such as in Hitchcock's. Oh crap! I'm drawing a blank. What is the movie? Uh, oh my god! Not Anatomy of a Murder. What? Oh my god! Sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, movie where basically her husband attempts to have somebody kill her um, and inherit the money. Uh, my god. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Uh, it's kind of, her performance, Ingrid Bergman's, is reminiscent of that, and several other Grace Kelly performances. You know, for her role, she was amazing in this movie. What it really helped too was the filming, the cinematography. This movie is as close to perfect just about as you can get. Um, I mean, the use of shadows. Really couldn't be possible with a color picture. Use of shadows, of the misty London streets and Thornton Square. Um, yeah, the use of shadows, whether it be just natural or shadows from Gregory or Ingrid's character, starkly contrasted and playing in the mind of the viewer of basically menace or sympathy. It's amazing what this picture really does to you. Um, I really don't have any quotes with this film. The ending is basically a lighthearted ending, and I think the main reason it ends the way it does is because a lot of the movie was kind of dark and frankly scary, I guess, to 1944 viewers. And I think they added the ending the very tail ending of it is kind of a studio move to say, well, hey, come see our movie. It's cliche murder mystery that ends happy. Of course, that's not really how the movie goes, but because there's nothing cliche about it. Even though it was not based on a play, and there was a British version of the film that came out in 1940. Although I think this is by far the best film version and the most critically acclaimed. Um, of course, a lot of people know Bergman from Ingmar Bergman, one of the best directors of all time. But Ingrid, I'm not sure why not many people know of her, but she's also a very superb actress. Joseph Cotton, Dynamite, Charles Boyer, lights out in this film. I highly recommend this film. If I was to rate this out of 4 stars, I'd definitely give it a 4 out of 4 or a 10 out of 10, depending on your scale. Definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I saw this movie dozens of times as a kid with my dad. It's an amazing film. I'm not going to spoil it too much here, but it's just mind blowing. There's one scene in particular where um, basically Charles Boyer's character Gregory is um, basically he's in this big building. I think it's maybe somebody's house, but uh, almost Victorian like thing, or before Victorian really. And it's like looking into a church, like stained glass windows, or and it's like this chandelier, and then there's like this banister up above it. And if you look at it, you don't have to look at it that closely. You can make out what looks like basically a big-breasted woman with curly hair going out, and her body going down and around like in a big fancy dress, like Ingrid's character wears to a party later. And there's a bar running across as if to say that this is the prison that Gregory created for her. And if you look in the face of this supposed uh, hidden image woman, you'll see another figure of a person. And I dissected this picture even more and saw another figure of somebody to the bottom left of that. Uh, so it kind of reminded me of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, the ending to that, where you can make out like 20 different face figures if you want to in the ending credits there. And this movie, you can definitely see the inspirations that manifested in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf with the foggy, misty night scenes, even a few scenes of The Exorcist. So, yeah, one of the best films of the 1940s, one of the probably top 200 films of all time, really. One of Joseph Cotton's best performances, definitely Charles Boyer's best performance, in my opinion. And definitely a film I recommend to everybody to see. Truly amazing. Anyway, guys, I'll probably be reviewing a TV episode next. See you then.